Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? It's December the 26th, day after Christmas, and I hope everybody had a great sober Christmas yesterday. And if not, if it wasn't a sober one, I completely understand. Like I said in yesterday's video, it's no reason to be upset about it. Just start over fresh again today. We've all relapsed, and if anybody did out there, it's okay. Like I said, we've all done it, and it's just one of the things that goes along with getting sober. Just sometimes we break, and I know how difficult it can be. And in my video today, I'm gonna be discussing one of the like what happened to me yesterday, and why I completely understand how difficult it can be, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. I've had quite a few people ask me in the comments section to do a live video, and that's something that I've been considering doing, and I think it'd be really good to do like a Q&A, do it live. That way everybody could get in the comments right there, and you can ask me anything you want. I think you could tell at this point I'm pretty open book. There's some things that I just won't discuss, but at this point I don't know what those things would be, and if it comes down to it, I'll just say in the video, hey, I'd just rather not talk about that. But majority of things, I don't mind discussing, but like I said, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get there. It would have to be really, really, really something personal for me not to want to discuss it, or I don't want to have my children in any of these videos or any of that kind of stuff. And at this point, my wife doesn't want to be part of it either. So, I don't really want to go into any details about my children too much, or about my wife, other than what what I'm willing to discuss. But, like I said, we can just cross that bridge when we get there. But, I plan on doing that live video. I'm going to do the live video on Saturday, this coming Saturday the 30th. I'm going to do it at 12 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll continue to talk about that in the videos that I do this week, and keep doing reminders on it. I will post it up on social media, to remind everybody, and I really hope that we get a good amount of people on there. I figure Saturday would probably be one of the best days, because most people are off, and 12 o'clock's a time when a lot of people are going to be home, and you don't have to sit through. I plan on doing like an hour-long live, and you don't have to sit through the whole thing. You jump in there and ask me a question and jump right off, so it's totally up to you. But as many people that want to join, I'd love to see everybody come in and ask me some questions, and I could ask you guys some questions as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the Merry Christmas wishes yesterday, and everybody wishing me to feel better. I really appreciate that. Last night was another really rough night for me. I don't know what's going on. I do really think that it's got to do with the amount of food that I've eaten. I didn't eat all day yesterday. I had a couple protein shakes, and then we went to my parents' house, and I wasn't going to eat anything last night, but my mom had cooked a bunch of food, and I I actually think that my blood thinner that I take Eliquis, and I have to take it twice a day, and if I take that on an empty stomach, it does tend to cause me to have stomach aches. And yesterday I had taken my Eliquis in the morning without anything. I hadn't even had a protein shake at that point, and I think that kind of contributed to my stomach ache, and one of the reasons that I ate yesterday at my parents' house, so that when I did take my Eliquis, that it would be okay. The Facebook and Instagram, got a bunch of friend requests on Facebook and Instagram yesterday. I'll add those links in the description again. Please hop on there and send me friend requests. I'm not going to deny anybody. But love to see you in those groups. Great place for people to communicate. You can direct message me on any of those places. Like I said yesterday, if you're having a tough time, you need somebody to talk to, just message me on there. Um, uh, like I said yesterday, I'm not working right now at the moment. So I've got free time on my hands. My children are out of school right now, and they're out all this week. And I think halfway into the next week as well. And I will be home with them, but I can still chat with you guys back and forth. No issue at all there. So quick little story. And one of the reasons that I've made so many videos over the past couple days about the holidays and why it's so important to refrain from drinking during the holidays, and things to do to keep from drinking during the holidays, and having strength through the holidays. And I've discussed multiple times about going over to family members' house during the holidays, and that there's going to be alcohol all over the place. Excuse me. One of the reasons that I was talking about that so much is that because I know from my personal experience and from my family that they're drinkers. Now, my wife's side of the family, nobody really drinks at all. My side of the family, they drink. And every holiday, everybody drinks. It's just been going on for years. And last year, after I got sick, last Thanksgiving, I made it really clear with my family that I didn't want any alcohol around me at all. And so Thanksgiving, no one drank. Christmas, same thing there. I was adamant I didn't want to be over there if there was no alcohol. So everybody refrained from doing so. Since time's gone by, I've just thought about it, and since I've gotten more comfortable in my sobriety, I didn't think that was fair of me to ask everybody to not, drink and be able to do what they want to do. Not everybody has a problem with alcohol in my family, and if that's something that they want to do, I didn't think it was fair for me to dictate what everybody else does. I could remove myself from the situation and just not go. Or if I felt uncomfortable, I could just leave. But I didn't feel like it was fair to everyone to request that everybody else do as I asked because of my issues. With that said, I've said this previously in multiple videos that my drink of choice is always vodka. I drank beer. Really wasn't ever something, I drank a lot of beer when I was younger. Never really was something I really cared for. I liked beer back then, and I always liked the taste of beer. It was just something I drank, but I never really got drunk off of it, except for when I was like in my 20s. If like I said, I was a lightweight. 2-3 beers and I was gone. And then I progressed, of course, later on in life, and then got on the hard liquor, and then the amount of alcohol I had to drink to get anywhere was just ridiculous. But my tolerance was so high. But going over to my family's house, like I've said, later on, and we've done some things since last year. We've gone to the lake and things like that, and I would just said, hey, if you guys want to drink, that's fine. Just don't have liquor in front of me. And if that's what you want to do, just have it in a cup or something. If I don't know about it, it's no big deal. And of course I'm gonna smell it, but yeah, I have to be right up next to somebody to smell it or whatever. And as long as they weren't getting drunk and acting stupid, I was completely fine with it. And, like I said, I just asked them, please, if that's what you want to do, just don't do it in front of me. If you're going to make a mixed drink or something, just put it in a cup where I can't tell, and don't do it right in front of my face. And, no harm, no foul. I don't even know what's going on. And everybody's been very respectful in that aspect, and I haven't had any issues. People have drank beer, drank wine around it's been completely fine with it. It's it's almost impossible to remove yourself from alcohol being around you at all. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you want to go out to any restaurant, there's going to be people drinking there. I mean, whatever, anything in your life, like I said, the TV, the commercials, even just getting on YouTube or whatever, there's going to be alcohol commercials on there. I mean, just this morning I was watching YouTube, and I probably saw about 4 ads for alcohol on there just this morning. So, and of course they were all holiday related, but it's almost impossible to remove yourself from that. But back to the story. So, just wanted to lay all that groundwork down. So yesterday when we went to leave my house, I had asked my wife. My wife drinks wine here and there, and which I'm totally okay with. And she very rarely, I mean, she might have a glass of wine once a month. And I asked her yesterday, I said, are you going to have a glass of wine when we go over there? And she's like, yeah, I might. So I was totally fine with it. And we got over to my parents' house and walked in the door. And as soon as we walked in the door, my mom had like wine on the counter, and which like I've said was fine with me, but as soon as I walked in, it was like wine, 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 who wants wine, who wants wine? And that kind of like threw me off, because like I said, I'm fine with it, but let's just not make a big deal about it. And like as soon as I hit the door, I walked in, my brother and his wife and kids were already there. Of course, my parents were there, and it was just like this like advertisement kind of thing, like, come on, who wants wine, who wants wine? And I mean, it was immediately when I walked in the door. So like, I'm already like, what in the world is going on here? Like, I've asked not to have this going on. So I was a little perturbed at that moment. And then I walked over to the other side of the kitchen, and when I did, I looked, and sitting on the counter right there in front of my face was a half of a gallon of vodka. And I got really upset, like really upset. Vodka was my drink of choice, and for that to be right there in front of me, and it was the type of vodka I used to drink all the time. Like I say, the name of the brand, very popular brand of vodka, craft-made vodka. It's made here in the U.S. And there it was. I mean, plain as day. And that the cap on that bottle is like, I mean, you can't mistake it. The color on the cap of that bottle is like no other bottle that's out there. I mean, it has a specific color to it. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now. Like, after all this stuff, that I've been through, there's going to be vodka sitting on the counter like that. So I got really upset and went outside, and I just had to like collect myself, because I got really emotional. I'm not even going to lie to you. I went outside and started bawling, crying. My feelings were really, really hurt. It kind of destroyed me. I just didn't understand why in the world that would be sitting there in front of me like that. Vodka almost killed me. And it was what I drank every single day, and that triggered me so bad. I mean, I just saw it as a big F you, is what I saw when I saw that sitting on the counter. My dad and I don't see eye to eye a lot. We have our own issues, which I'm not going to get into, but when I saw that bottle, it was just kind of like, I saw it as, this is my house, and I'm going to do what I want to in my house, and I don't care what you have going on. This is my house, and if you don't like it, you can leave. It's basically that's the way I perceived it. Could have been dead wrong, could have been left out by accident. I didn't really give anybody an opportunity to even talk to me about it. Like I said, I walked outside, my brother came out there and talked with me, my wife walked out there and was talking with me about it. I was really upset. I just wanted to kind of like just just go outside and just cool off for a minute. I wasn't really even sure if I wanted to stay at that point, but I kept thinking to myself, I really wanted to go, to be quite honest with you. And that was my first knee-jerk reaction, was just to get in the car and get the hell out of there and just go home. But then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, my kids, my nephews are here. It's going to ruin Christmas for everybody because I got upset, and my kids aren't going to get to open up their presents, and it's going to be this whole thing after that. And, honestly, I probably should have just went home. But I just didn't want to upset my kids. And I didn't want to upset my nephew. I just didn't want to upset everybody because I left, and I knew it would have messed everything up. So I just kind of bit the bullet, stood outside, and just kind of just cooled off, talked with my brother about it, explained it all to him. And of course I was out there crying because I just felt so disrespected. And, my brother asked me, he's like, do you want me to go inside? And I said, no, it's okay. My wife stood out there for a minute, and she said, do you want me to stay out here? And I told her no, go in there with the kids. And I talked to my brother. My mom came outside and tried to talk to me, and I asked her to please just leave me alone for a minute because, I was really upset. And my brother and I talked for probably about 10-15 minutes, and I finally cooled off and went back inside. And I guess in the meantime, while that happened, my mother had gone inside, and I guess it was my dad that was the one that was drinking the vodka, and he had got it out, and of course had mixed it in a cup. I couldn't, that I couldn't see what it was, but in the process of mixing it, he had left the bottle, the mixer, those little shot glasses that have like the 0.5 and 1.5 on the other side. One of those little jiggers was sitting on the counter. Cut lime was sitting on the counter. I mean, I saw all this stuff sitting right there. I mean, it was a whole little setup for mixing drinks right there. A spoon, a martini shaker, I think, was sitting right there. When I came back inside, before I'd come inside, I guess my mom had gone and jumped on my dad about it and told him, what are you doing? Why was this out? And it got put away. So when I came back inside, it was all gone, and we went on about the night. I was still really irritated about the whole situation, but I just kept quiet, minding my own business. I didn't want to make a big deal about it, and I didn't say anything else about it the rest of the night, and just, minding my own business. But like I told my brother yesterday when we were standing outside, I said to him, well, if anything, this is going to create some content for tomorrow. And, the thing is that I know my mom watches these videos sometimes, and if she sees this, it's unfortunate, and I'm not trying to upset anybody, but I'm just here to tell the truth. And, this is my life, it's my story, and I'm on here to share it. And it's something that really bothered me yesterday, and I want to talk to everybody about it. And this is the reason that I kept talking about this over and over again through these past videos. Somebody had asked a question in the comment section the other day. They said, what kind of family would have alcohol out on the counter during the holidays knowing that you're an alcoholic? And I said in the comment section, I said, you really would be surprised. And exactly what I'm talking about here. I didn't think that was going to happen. I wasn't expecting that to happen, and it happened. Now, granted, do I think it was an accident? Probably. But at the same time, when we were on the way home last night, I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, even if it was an accident, it's one of those things, knowing all the stuff that I've been through, and all, the fact that I'm a raging alcoholic, and, I've gone through all these health issues and all this stuff, that should have been, like, number one most important thing. Like, don't have that stuff out. Because it did. It was an instant trigger on me as soon as I saw that. I mean, immediately. As soon as I saw that bottle sitting there, I could feel the burn of the vodka going down my throat. Like, specifically like that. I felt it. Like, I could taste the vodka. I could feel the vodka going down my throat, the burn. Everything about it. It was like an instant flashback, just like that. And that was the last thing I wanted to think about yesterday, but it happened. And, unfortunately, even though our friends and our family and everybody knows, or maybe they don't know, but the ones that do know, these situations do occur. They still come up. And as much as ask people and tell people I don't drink anymore, and please don't have that stuff around me, it still happens. And that's one of the reasons that I create all those videos, trying to help people through this holiday season, trying to give us some ideas how to get around it and stuff like that. And that's just from my personal experience through my lifetime, because I've been through this so many times. And like I said, I didn't even think that was going to be an issue yesterday, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is. So with that said, I wish it didn't happen, but it did. And I just want to be completely upfront and tell you guys, what happened with me. And I'm not trying to upset anybody or stir anything up, but this is the truth. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off that subject. But I can plan on doing another story time this week. I'm not exactly sure what day I'm gonna do it on, but I'll post it up on the social media and I'll talk about it. I doubt that I'll do it tomorrow. But I'll talk about it in tomorrow's video, when I decide that I want to do another one of those videos. I think that's just about it. Oh, quick one for you guys. Wanted to know if you guys had any really good ideas for dealing with withdrawals, stuff that you guys have done. I want to make a video on that. And I wanted to reach out to everybody here and get some feedback from you all and see what you all have used to help combat your withdrawal symptoms, things that you've done. I was just on YouTube just a second ago, and somebody was commenting. He said that he was on day 4 of his sobriety, and he was really happy about it, and of course not dealing with the hangovers right now. And one of the things that he's having a really hard time with right now is sleep. And I replied back to him. I said, have you tried any of like the CBD products? I know that CBN is supposed to work really well for sleep. I've never personally tried it. I know a lot of people that have, and they told me that it works wonders for sleep. I know that like CBD and CBN and some of those other alternate cannabinoids are not intoxicating at all. I think it's totally okay to take them. I've taken CBD gummies before. I've taken CBD oil. I don't really care for it. I haven't really noticed any major differences, and it hasn't like really helped me with my anxiety or anything. The only thing I've noticed when I've taken like CBD oils, it just made me really sleepy. And I don't really care for feeling real tired like that. I'm already battle feeling tired all the time as it is. I'm really lethargic all the time, and the last thing I need is something else to add to my sleepiness and tiredness. So I have not tried any of those products, and I don't really have much of if my stomach's not bothering me, I don't have much of a problem going to sleep at night. I'm usually 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, I'm in the bed and knocked out, and sleep through the night. It's just when my stomach's giving me a lot of problems is when I have issues. But let me know if you guys have tried any of the CBD products and something that you've used. Like I said, they're not intoxicating. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Do you guys have a problem with taking those kinds of products? Now, I could definitely understand if it was like THC, Delta 9, Delta 8, one of those intoxicating cannabinoids or something like that. I could understand where that would be an issue. But any of the ones that aren't intoxicating, like I said, like CBN, to CBD, there's another cannabinoid called THCV that I've been doing a bunch of research into. It's an alternate cannabinoid that was discovered not too long ago, and it's actually supposed to help control blood glucose levels really well and help with your energy levels. I've looked into it. It's pretty expensive. I think it's like $40 for like a really small little bottle of the oil. But I have considered getting some of that. to try to help control my glucose levels and help with my energy. And it's a non-intoxicating cannabinoid as well. But once again, let me know what you guys feel like about those particular substances, and do you think it's okay to take as a former alcoholic or addict? Uh, like I said, I'm completely okay with it, but I could be completely wrong. I don't have whole lot of experience in it. Let me know your thoughts on it, and please give me your tips and tricks on helping with withdrawal symptoms. I'd really like to know what you guys have used that's helped you. I want to make another video on that this week, and I really would like to get some information from you guys that I could use in that video. And I think that's about it, guys. Don't forget that live video will be coming up on Saturday, the 30th at 12 o'clock. And it'll be a live Q&A. I'm just going to basically just leave it open for you guys to hop on there and just start asking me questions. And I'll be happy to answer anything, like I said. And if it's something I'm not comfortable with, I'll just tell you I'm not comfortable answering that, and we'll just move on from there. But I really don't foresee anything becoming an issue. I'm a really open book. I don't care about answering anything. You know, I'm completely open with my life. I want to be as open as possible. I think that's the only way that that this channel is going to be successful, is to be completely open. I want to be open so that people can, you know, if they have something going on with themselves and they think that they might be the only one that's dealing with that, and I've dealt with it, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And a lot of the stuff I've already talked about, I've had so many people reach out to me and go, man, I'm dealing with the same thing. And that's why I'm so open. And once again, I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, I'm just making these videos just to help people. So anyway, with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Let me know about your tips and tricks about the withdrawal. The live's coming up on Saturday the 30th at 12 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing all you guys on there. Have a great day today. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Love you all, and God bless.